time to sketch and play with the new NicPro pencil set with color refills. And if you're new to my studio, I'm Lisa Marie. I've been a professional artist for over a decade. I studied the Renaissance Masters in Florence, Italy, and I love trying out new art supplies. Full disclosure, NicPro asked me to check out this new set. They're not paying me, and I said I would give an honest review. So, this 5-piece set includes metal mechanical pencils. They are 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9 millimeter, and a 2 millimeter lead holders. The lead in the smaller lead holders are all HB. The 2 millimeter holder can hold the included lead grades HB, 2H, 2B, 4B, and the color lead. The set also includes 2 large soft erasers, 9-cap eraser refills, 2 lead sharpeners, and lead refills for all the mechanical pencils. That's a lot. The mechanical pencils are full brass metal bodies. The color is a champagne metal, which is lovely, but for me, it's all about how they handle. The 4 lead holders are a cut surface, so not perfectly round, which means they shouldn't slip while I draw. The other lead holder has a nice metal grip on it on one end. And it has a lead sharpener built into it, which is such a great idea. Next, I'm going to try out these pencils. I want to get a sense of the lead sizing and quality, and how the lead holders feel in my hand. But before I forget, remember to leave a comment. Let me know what other art supplies you want to see in action on my channel. First up is the 0.3 millimeter, and I will admit I'm not usually a fan of such thin lead. I can be heavy-handed when I draw, and a 0.3 is extremely fine, and therefore more prone to breaking. So I'm just going to write 0.3 so I can keep track of what I'm doing, and then get started with the line and then a shading sample. I'm being very careful keeping my hand further back on the holder so my hand doesn't press too hard. The lead is okay, I'm just really nervous using such thin lead. Would be good for delicate detail work. So here you can see I'm being very, very careful. My hand is way further back on this pencil just because of the thin lead itself. But it is showing, some nice shading. It can definitely go from dark to light as long as I'm careful and use control, self-control, with the 0.3. Very smooth transition from the dark to light. Probably would be great for again, like I said, detail work, but also you can definitely do some shading with this one. And I figure if I can handle this 0.3, then all the others will be totally fine, right? Right. Because this is the thinnest lead in this set. And you can see that nice fine line when I first wrote with it. So definitely some lighter work. To get it in, just press that back button and press, and the lead goes back in. Next is the 0.9 millimeter. The pencils arrived out of order, and I'm just sort of going down the line and going with what I've got here. But it is actually a relief using a larger, sturdier lead after that thin 0.3. The 0.9 has real weight, very smooth, and I can actually press it without fear of breakage. Speaking of breakage, the lead in this set is very smooth. It doesn't crumble when I use it. No flaking off, which would leave specks of lead dust on the paper. That means I should be able to get crisp lines and detailed, clean drawings. Also, I mentioned these leads are HB. For anyone who doesn't know how lead is rated, the hard rates get an H in their label. They're a lighter shade. The higher a number placed with the H, the lighter the shade. So, 8H is lighter than 2H. The soft rates get a B. They are darker. The higher a number with the B, the darker the shade. So, 8B is darker than 2B. HB, which is what I'm using here, is a mid-tone shade. Next is 0.5. Remember, these arrived out of order. This is another thin lead that would be great for fine detail work. Still much sturdier than that 0.3, which really scared me. In a moment, I'm going to jump over to showing these pencils in action with a time lapse of me using this set to create a drawing. And I'm saving the best for last, showing those color refills in action too. But first, I want to finish these sample lines and shading. Also, if you want this set in your studio, I'll put a link to it in the video description for you. Next is the 0.7, then the 2.0 with HB lead. My first impression so far is this is a nice set with a good variety of lead sizes, but the real test will be the actual drawing experience and then the coloring experience. Real quick, I wanted to show you guys how to change the lead in these pencils. A lot of people know how to, but just in case you don't, just press the back button in the pencil and pull out the remaining lead at the same time. So pressing that button releases the lead. Next, take the back button off, put the new lead in the tube, put the back button back on, and press it a few times to get the lead in position. So you can see now I've changed the lead to 4B in that 2.0 hodler, so it'll be a lot richer, a lot darker, much thicker lead line that you're about to see on the paper. Gonna play with that real quick, and finally, we're gonna see this pencil set in action on an actual drawing. When drawing with a pencil set, there are a few things I look for. 1. Convenience. I'm lazy and don't want to look for different pencil grades or sharpen lead. This set is a nice, convenient collection of pencils ready to go. 2. Pencil quality. These pencils are easy to hold, they don't slip, and I love the mesh on that 2.0 pencil. I draw for hours, so a good quality pencil is important so my hands don't hurt. 3. Lead quality. Does the lead break or crumble? The 0.3mm pencil has serious risk of breaking, but that could just be because I'm heavy-handed. The lead in this set is very smooth and blends well. 4. Accessories. Since this is a set, I want more than just a few nice pencils. The abundance of lead refills and eraser refills are great. The lead pointers are always appreciated, and I can always use large erasers. That extra sharpener in the end of the 2.0 pencil was an extremely pleasant surprise. So overall, as a set for black and white sketching, so far this is very, very nice. I really like this. But now, let's look at the bonus part of this set, the color refills. So I'm not expecting super spectacular quality here. This is a set for sketching after all. But some things I liked were the colors are vibrant, so they stand out nicely on paper. The refills are kept in a very handy little case. And it's nice having this option to easily add color to a sketch. Also, they exchange nicely in that 2.0 pencil holder. However, the quality isn't like a professional grade color pencil, but you'd have to pay way more money for a pencil set like that. Also, it was a bit odd having to refill the pencil every time I wanted to change a color. But again, this is a sketch drawing set, not a coloring set. And there was a lot of purple in the color selection, which I was, okay with because I like purple, but it's just something to note. Overall, this is a lovely and convenient pencil set. The quality is great, the accessories are very useful, and the bonus color refills are super fun. Okay, that's it for today. If you want to see more art accessories to add to your studio, go check out my playlist all about showing you guys art supplies. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. And as always, stay creative!